Hey everyone, thank you for joining us here at Bayard Livestream. We are back. Today we got Jose returning. You might have seen him yesterday for anybody that was able to check it out. Tonight, Casey Grove has joined us. Played a few weeks back against Brian Taman and did a phenomenal job out here. So glad that he was able to return here with us. They want some of his money back. They actually did raise the bet on this one a little bit because originally I think they were going to play for 500 in the middle. They had to double that one up and go ahead and play for 1,000 in the middle. So he's gotten serious now. 5 on the wire for Jose. Actually, fixed real quick here. So this is the first game. Jose is receiving 5 on the wire. So Casey's got his work cut out for him today, but he's a pretty good shot. So if anybody's up for the challenge, I believe that's going to be him. Ball in hand on this first rack, and 2-ball. It's kind of snuck over there a little bit, but that 3-ball sitting right in the corner. Any trouble getting to it. Some of the others, I believe, kind of taking a peek at challenges might be. Jacked up over that 9-ball a little bit, and sitting so close that more about the position play here than obviously pocketing the ball. Right over here for Casey. Looks like he's working around this table pretty well. That 6 to the 7 is going to be, looks like that's about the only little tricky one that he's got. I'm getting a little bit of flickering on the stream. I'm not sure if anybody else is witnessing that or not, or if it's just on. I've got one remote one over here just so I can make sure everything's working like it's supposed to. Let me know if you're seeing the same thing. A little bit of the high side of the side pocket, but he's got a little bit of angle on it, so shouldn't be any problem here. He actually looks like he's on a bank. A great shot that was. The thin little shot to try to get that cue ball over there the way that he was shooting it. So I had to go ahead and take care of that just by one rail bank for that 6-ball, bringing that cue ball over very, very nicely. Yeah, messing around a little bit. A couple of things real quick. I'm gonna go silent here in the booth real quick. We'll let you to the players where all the real action is with you. I'm a little eye on it, and I can see if maybe some of that flickering gone away. If not, then between one of these games, we'll get it switched over a different way. It'd solve our issue. For right now, we'll try to keep it going the way that it is. And if all that good shooting on the last game comes up a little bit short on just that one last ball, and of course that's the all important pinball, end up losing the first game. Keeps keeping the way that he was. Tough to beat today. We can take care of that 10 ball early on this game. 7 game swing would be tough to come back. That cue ball nicely. He sends it all the way up table. Casey comes back to the table with long 3 ball, and they have shot at it. Might have to bend that one a little bit around. Well, free ball into that 10 ball. Almost makes it up in that top corner. It was a great try. Tough shot as well. Trying to get that get the cue ball behind the 4, and he did. Up a little bit of a jump shot. Expect Jose to at least be able to make a hit. Top right pocket up there. Make a hit, sends it in that direction. Looks like he might get a roll out of it. Heading behind that 7 ball. There and going for his own jump cue. Pretty straight in shot, but a long jump over that 7 ball. Successful hit out of it. Pockets it, but not in the not in the intended pocket. Calling all their shots on this one. Five ball. Trying to decide between whether or not he wants to Go ahead and run that one forward and round. Looks like he's queuing a little high on it. Straight into that 9 ball. Casey, a long but very makeable 5 ball up in that top left corner. I think he may have enough angle to miss the 10. Not be easy because it looks like it naturally wants to go kind of straight in the middle of it, so he does have to kind of plan that. Whoever cuts it a bit, a little lucky with the roll, is that 10 stays in the way. Good hit on that 5 ball. Gonna get lucky, and now it looks like it peaks out a little bit and comes back to the table with a shot on the 5. I think this one maybe a second rail around for that 6 ball that we see over on the far left hand side. He's in the way of it, like just done that. Might be able to see the edge sixes. They could have a thin tough cut back over here in this side pocket. That's to play it. On some obvious issues we got going over here, so give me just a couple minutes. I'm gonna try to get it fixed. If not, we might have to get this one restarted. Watch this one real quick and see if we got the issue taken care of. I think I might have a cable going on, so we just kind of switch something out real quick to see if it might improve it. Apologize for a little interruption that we had there. Very unfortunate scratch over inside as they may be giving back that first game. Big difference between that 7-1 and 2-6 right here at the beginning of this. Pocket. Gonna get one more opportunity here. One thing that Jose really showed yesterday whenever um he's got some cue ball control. He knows shots that he should be able to make, and he's not comfortable with making a shot. No problem hiding the ball, and he does it very, very well. Pretty jam up safeties there yesterday. They have left an open shot once again. Casey to come back to the table, and this is a little easier than what the previous one was. 10 balls, much closer. It looks like he's got an open shot at that 4 ball. He is calling that pocket. Calling that one for the 10 ball and not for that 4 ball to go in. Shot. 2-6. Still trailing, but he started with, so that gained a little ground on the that original spot that he gave up. Take a quick opportunity here to show a couple of the tournaments that's coming up. We got one that's coming up this weekend. Throw it up here. Wayne Ball Memorial Tournament. Anybody that knew him definitely sure loved the guy, and their little tournament over here at Mikey's place this weekend should be a lot of fun. So if you don't have any plans already, plans to get out there and join them. Been to Mikey's place a few times. Good friends of mine up there, as well as the players, and those are in really good condition as well. Take an extra moment, make sure he tightens all that up and make that break as predictable as possible. And Magic Rack helps it out, but knowing how to use the Magic Rack helps that a whole lot more. He drops the 9 and 10 ball. Drops 2. 3 right at the edge. Ball's going down everywhere. Of course, that they are not playing where you can make, or you can win on the break, so that 10 ball does come back up. Even if he didn't make anything else, because the 10 ball went down, he is allowed to continue shooting. Made the 9 ball just to make a little extra sure. And you see with that 2 and 3 sitting, so he has busted this table wide open. Point a little bit, and tough to tell if he can Doesn't look like he can see the two ball directly. It's sitting close enough to the rail. It's an easy kick for the hit. Not quite as easy for completing it, but he'll take a look around and see the way he wants to play it. And in case he's doing this a lot before, anybody that's familiar with it, I mean, it goes by a few names. One of which is a mirror method. It's a way to be able to tell where on the side rail that you want to hit. Did this quite a few times last time he was up here and was phenomenal at it. Good chance of making that ball and really, really close. Just a little bit short. Jose's coming back to the table. Good opportunity. Everything open for him. Adam Halsey, absolutely right. He ball was definitely a good person. Take his time, making sure everybody they might know as much as he did after talking to him, but too many people could play as well as what he did. That was the hard part of keeping up with. Fighting him as a friend, not so much as an opponent. Holy smoke! They drilling these balls in with absolutely no problem. Keep control of that cue ball. All these stop shots, that's a whole lot easier to do. They're getting a little far away from the 8-ball, just making sure he laid it down there enough to keep it away from that side pocket. That one's already cost him one game. Draw on this one. Do him a lot of good. Oh, comes up a little short on making that 8-ball. Leaves the makeable shot for Casey. Only 2 balls on the table. You don't want to make a habit of that too much. And probably just too early. He might decide to try to hold it on the other side, but I think he'll swing that one around a little bit and go ahead and take a little bit tougher shot on that 10 ball. Most part, pocketing balls has not been Casey's problem, so leaving it a little tougher. I don't think that's very intimidating to him. So, pull up a hair. Very makeable shot for him. Long reach, but any trouble coming out of this. That one in with no problem. Moves that dial a little bit more. Now we're up to 3-6. Only a 3-game lead now by Jose. Make sure that we stay. Thank you to our good friends over here at Bank Shots as well. Anybody that's over in the Nellis area, over towards Janine, they got a really nice place out there and definitely cater to some of our best pool players that's walked into this place, including good friends with Mr. PC Grove that he had the proper shot of the table, which is closer to it than his opponent. In that area, make sure to go check out Bank Shots over there. He said hello. Another good break. Unfortunately, that cue ball does get kicked over into the sides. Cleans it up pretty well. The one ball's a little tight up there, but as you can see, it looks like it's got a path to be able to go in. It's just a little on the tight side, so you can't put big stroke on it. Shoot that one down in the far corner. Ball's a little tough, and that was a good shot. That's a really good choice. That two ball was not going to be easy to get on from where he had it. Got his work cut out for him on this kick. He might even put a little bit of English on this one. Natural path seems like it's blocked by that two ball, so he might actually have to go above that side pocket. A little left and straight down into it. There's nothing easy about this one. Grabbing a jump cue and trying to go off that bottom rail, but bend this one around a bit. A good try. Before he catches that seven ball, but does get fortunate enough that it kind of ties that five ball up, as you can see up there. Knock that one up too. Maybe trying for a three foul on this one. Easy kicks. He's got a decent chance of at least making a hit. Sure, Jose wanted to get that a little bit closer to that two ball just to take that one kick out of it. Table here. Make successful hit, sends it down table. Is it gonna pucker? Sure does. Hit by Casey and sending it down table and giving himself the best chance to get something in the way. They one rail kick of his own off that short rail. Terrible shot, but he has left Casey with a shot in that side pocket. Possibly the angle that he needs to get himself onto that two. He can go below it, wanted to, or over below that 10 ball. Got a few different options goes with here. Moment. Go ahead and go below it. Good shot. I had one on own. This one has got that one stuck behind that 10 ball, and two rail's a little tough, as I think the edge of that three ball is sitting about where he would want to hit that. Try at it, finds a pocket once it gets to the top. If it would have caught that top rail, he might have still had a chance to at least make contact with that two ball, but did find the middle and comes back to the table ball in hand. But hard to figure out that this is still not an easy table with where that 5 and 7 is up here. You can see each of them take a few shots at trying to three foul each other. Like he might be trying to play defense and get that cue ball over behind those two blocks. Sneaks out the edge a little bit, leaves an open shot, long shot, but an open shot for Jose at the other end. Making a nice 2-rail shot. Come around, give himself a good angle for 4-ball probably in the side. Even if he does try to go for that one, it gets him out of trouble with that 5-ball sitting up table. So expect him just to try to send that cue ball up table. Try to run that one back up table and give himself an opportunity. I believe he's just trying to line himself up for a defense and put that 5-ball on the other side of the 7. You can see a little bit of a break there, so he might be able to get it by, but it's tight. Almost, I believe he might better off here, putting it on the side of the 7, see if he can get that 2-ball back over. Over the rail. Say the edge of it. Like he does, just to trim the side of that 5-ball, leave that cue ball down table. Going into it a little. Okay, so he didn't leave the distance that I thought he would, but still very successful. Definitely locked behind it. Gonna try back up here. If he catches it right, that 7 could actually go into that bottom or near top left pocket. The way that one's lined up, see how far side of that 4-ball or 5-ball he'd have to hit. When this one, 2 rails, catches that 7-ball. Get another defense out of Jose on this one as well. He's going to go ahead and line up to try to make this one. Maybe not. Like he was aiming up for a 3-rail shot. Pocket he called says that it might be 2 rails. A 2-rail shot, good hit. Great. Shot for that in the corner. Not on that 6-ball coming back up there. Much reward on the sleeve is what he'd like to see. Not get that cue ball behind that 7. Looked a little bit of a tester for Jose. Kind of on that 50-yard line from side pocket or that top right corner pocket. Tester for me, but obviously not for him. Got one with no problem. Up a little bit of angles. We could go on either side of that 9 ball that he wanted to, but far side of it, which I'm sure is one that he'd prefer, starts looking at the side pocket as well. So he really has to be careful on the position on this one. Up bobbling that, and it's right at the edge of that corner pocket. Got a pretty good speed on that one because the overcut that one a little bit, then a little bit less of it made the 7 ball. Don't believe it would have come quite as close to that side pocket. Definitely a good try. Smart thing, and we're about making the shot and giving himself an opportunity on the 9 ball and try to get perfect on it. Maybe we'll see. At that one, no problems at all. Ball down here in this bottom left corner, making these kind of shots all day. No difference on that one. That one up within 2 now. That spot is just about gone for Jose. Jose's just waiting for the spot to go away so he can go ahead and play all out. Must have felt bad about getting that kind of spot anyway. One more tournament we want to throw up here. If you're busy this coming weekend, or if you just like to play in a lot of tournaments, the following weekend, end of this month, and we're actually going to try to take one on the road and go out there and do some live streaming ourselves on site. Not something we do very much of. We're going to give it a shot and see how it works out. This is a charity tournament that's going on over at Mikey's place as well, and sure you get by there and check it out and help out the Shooting for the Stars. It's a great charitable organization that it started up not too long ago to help out youths, getting them into playing pool. See if we can't get this sport to last just a little bit longer. Sport or game, we won't have that discussion, which one it is. Reasonably open break, fails to pocket a ball. Not the only big issue that's going on here is that 5 balls decided to get behind something yet again. Ball's a little bit in the way. Reeling that one in very nicely, giving himself an opportunity for that 2 ball. Inside English and forcing that cue ball over. First shot on that 3. Bump 7 ball. I believe he still left himself a makeable shot on 4 ball. Not look like that 4 ball goes, so I would expect we're probably going to see a defense on. Take that back. It goes, but not by much. Time to throw one more camera. See a little bit more. Decides not to take it. It was a thin shot. Another one of those that keeps been kicking these 1 rails. Expecting to hit it, possibly make it. Makes this one. Could get a leave on that 5 ball if it follows it forward a little bit. Successful hit leaves Jose opportunity here. Just a touch of an angle on that 4 ball, so he bounce it a couple rails. Fly ball in the side pocket if he wants it. Need that bottom rail. Little drag shot over. Just keep that one a little bit. Wants to hide that one behind the 8 ball. I was kind of surprised he didn't go ahead and shoot that one up, but he must have not been comfortable with that angle that was on that one. Fortunately for him, it sneaks into that little tiny opening between that 8 and 9 ball. Leaves Casey coming back to the table with an open shot on the 6. Doesn't have to do too much fancy work here. Just a top shot, bring it back just a tiny bit, and got a shot in the 7. Mr. Caffrey, they have actually raised this one. So the flyer that we set on earlier, I believe, said it was 500 in the middle. They have actually raised that to 1,000 in the middle. Talking about possibly even playing more than one set. So it's at least 1,000 in the middle. Caffrey, let me know which one you want to call out. I'll talk to him before the night's over with. Good job of working through the latter part of that table. Pinball's called in that bottom right corner. Casey one game away from completely closing that spot up. The tournament that we were talking about a little bit earlier. It's actually this time being put on by Classic Billiard Outfitters, a reasonably new apparel company that we've got over here in this Tampa area. And make sure you go check out their Facebook page. And this is the first time that they're putting on a tournament, but all the people that are running it have been pool and tournament for quite some time over here. Make sure you not only check out the tournament, but check out their Facebook page. And really nice jacket going on right now. I kind of want myself. If y'all are listening, bring me one. Cue ball forward a little on the strong side. Cue ball does go down. Ball's a little bit out of reach and hard to pick apart on Casey's break what's right and what's wrong. Shooting so well, we see some things that seem to be a little bit more traditional with pinball breaks and trying to get both the cue ball and the 1 ball on the top rail about where you're breaking from. They're off center or doing it with English. A couple people do it in a few different ways, but that way you're more likely, I should say, to get a chance on the 1. Kind of call a little bit of top English on him, so it's possible that one could have even turned over. Up in kind of the situation of what he did there, where it's a good open break, but then doesn't get the reward of being able to shot. Does get a little bit of reward as that cue ball from Day comes off the table, makes a good hit on it, just overshoots it a little bit and takes a bad bounce. Looks like here on this game might be short-lived as he's a ball in hand and a potential 110 combo. Fortunately, not make the 10 ball does leave that 1 ball a little bit tough for Jose coming back to the table. They decides to go ahead and just stick that cue ball behind that 7. What he's gonna do, or it's what he wanted to do, but Steve Casey's gonna have a shot on this one. That kind of beside the 7, and that 1 ball touching the 9 ball stopped it from going ever as far as he had planned for it to, and well, BR. Taking a swing at the 4 ball. Around a little bit. Doesn't get ball in hand. Could leave a open shot for Jose to come back to the table with. Going pretty hard. Ball finds that side pocket. A lot of trouble for Casey here. The right shot for 6 going to 7, which really isn't anything more to do than just roll it up. Believes you just got to watch the speed a little bit. Rolls it forward. Starts opening wide open. Cuts the 7 ball a little bit. They comes back to the table. A little uncharacteristic miss there for Say. That's not a kind of bob one. That's not usually the one. He coming back up to see if he can make him pay for that mistake. I'd like that to have come up a little bit more. Then it's going to be going in the direction he wants it to, then too much trouble here. Take it all the way to that rail and back out. Oh, very makeable out. Allows him to go ahead and take that 6 ball in front of him. So that was nice of him, but now that spot is gone. Went to take a real quick break. Even like last night, they happen real quick to take too long before it returns. I didn't think they'd take long at all. They were actually a little quicker than I was. So. Slow that one down and stay behind that three ball. Creeps up a little bit on him. Gives a little nudge. Kind of takes it out of position a little bit. He can creep that by the six ball. Let that cue touch the rail and get behind six itself. Snuggles it up right to it. Get far enough out to take that one real kick out of it. He may have just done that. Might have even taken the two row kick to close short table. Five ball kind of looks like it may be in the way over there. Aiming up like it's still the one rail. Throws a little English on it and throws it a little bit too far, but any closer, and I think that nine ball might have been in the way. So gave it the best he could on that one. That went out nicely, leaves himself a easy shot on that five ball. Almost two straight, but he Just draw that one back straight and be just fine. Wanted that to sneak back a little bit further just to stay away from the 8-ball. Doesn't have to do too much work on 6-ball. Is 7 sitting right by the side pocket, so anything that just kind of stops it in that general area should be just fine. So just a touch of an angle if he cheats it, which is great. Considering where that 8-ball is, just draw it back about like he did on the last one. He's a little extra power. A little bit too straight on that one. Gonna have to take the punishment, but he looks like he's gonna put a big draw on it. Maybe try to get back on this side of the bottom side of the 9-ball. Watch out for that side pocket and coming up short. He's kind of coming across the grain on that one. So that was not an easy shot. Drag that one down. Might be playing defense on this shot. That cue ball to stop and would like that 9-ball to be up a little bit higher. So he's left Jose coming back to the table. Possible cut shot. If he makes the cut, that cue ball is going to have no trouble getting back down to the other end of the table. Cut. Right down the other end of the table. Gets a little bump of love. 10-ball in the corner pocket. Job finishing that one out by Jose. So keeps a little bit of a lead. Maybe that break did him some good. By 1, 7-6. That will even bring up one of our favorite restaurants we've got over here in the Brandon area. If you happen to be over here, make sure you go out and check out Sushi Ninja. Bring a few friends and order one of those boats. Those things are spectacular. Nice break there, pockets the ball. Brings that cue ball back up the top of the table like we were talking about earlier, where he does have a very makeable shot on that 1-ball. That's to drag that one below the 2 instead of trying to go through all that traffic. Outside leaves a little bit tougher cut. Have to go across table unless he likes to bank. See Jose taking a lot of bank shots. Doesn't mean he can't make them. Try to cut it, comes up a little short, and that traffic kind of got him into a little bit of trouble there. This one I would not be surprised if he took the backwards bank on it, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Send that cue ball down by that 10-ball. 10-ball is the one he's calling. No longer even worried about that 2-ball. Going to stay up here nice and safe. Ball off and running, and a great shot once again, tying that one up at 7-7. Shot that I'm going to have to practice once these guys get out of here. taking his time and making sure it gets out all those gaps on the pinball rack. Working out well for him. Pick on that cue ball. Faces around the table a little bit, gets a flying back, bounces itself back out, and gotta look at the one, quite the shot that he'd probably like on it. Just a little far. If we look ahead, looks like he might be able to touch that one. Don't believe he can make it, but perfectly fine if he can get an edge of it, because they can find a way to hide it. Does try to cut that one in. A very aggressive shot. We'll see a defense by Casey on this one, touching the what's our left side of the one ball. Should stay about where it is now. And that cue ball all the way down table. Let's find a way to get behind something. Another great shot there, and look down. See that 2-10 combo starting to line itself up again. Coming back to the table. They was able to make a successful hit. Fortunately, it left everything sitting down on this end of the table. That 2 ball does have an open pocket. Sure if he'll go for the open pocket, considering where that 7 and 9 ball is up there. Had to go ahead and play that. Karam does a great job, moves that up to the lead, 8-6. A lot of top English on that. Cue ball again. Nothing goes down, dry break, and he's coming to the table with a decision to make. That 1 ball is sitting all the way up table, but the thing you got to worry about is, once again, that 2-10 combo. Hide this one the best he can, and if see how the rolls work for him here. Might be it. Without a doubt. I don't want that to come off quite that fast. He's blocked himself from that 2 ball, but no kick. Kind of send that into corner pocket. Let's go ahead and see if he can't put a little draw on the cue ball, end up with a little top on the backside of that 2. Send that cue ball down to the direction that 10 does not go. 3's over there by the 10 ball. I believe Jose is going to definitely give this one a shot. Going to try for that 2 ball. That is a really, really big pocket now. 10 ball there to make sure that it makes it a little extra large. 3 balls makeable, and push that one forward, run it back up table for that 4 ball. Pockets the 8 ball, but that one does not count. Mark Wathen, hadn't seen that name in a little bit. All I gotta do is just find some action. That should be tough enough. Not a whole lot of people that's gonna jump on pros around here, but always try to help find somebody willing to play. And that ball all the way down table. If it slows down, not going to be an easy hit for Jose out there. They looking at 2 rails, try to catch the backside of that 3 ball, send it towards that side pocket, which is a little past where he wanted to, and is now left an open shot for Casey coming back to the table. As long as that doesn't get behind the 10, Casey once again sitting in the driver's seat. Sees himself a nice angle. That 7 ball come back over for that 9. Again, angle on the 9, come back across table. The 10 ball looks within his price range. Great job by Casey moving it up just a little bit further at 9-7. He's gonna want to catch a gear here. Sooner the better for him. Actually, kind of. I mean, even when we've watched some of the matches that Jose's played in the past, give a little extra credit to Casey because Jose's a damn good shot. He's missed a few shots here and there that were uncharacteristic of him, so he's not having his best round. Not having a lot of opportunities, so that's off to Casey for putting these kind of wrecks against somebody as good as Jose is. Casey's sticking with that middle spot. Little take by that 3 ball that actually kind of helps him out quite a bit, because that cue ball was definitely headed straight for that side pocket. Not pocketing anything on the break. Zay with an opportunity to get back into this one. They're really trying to drive that one on home, and had to come down a little bit more, I'm sure, but it does have a shot for that 2-9 combo. Play that one a little bit on the slower side because he does not want that 2-ball to drop. He's going to hit that one hard enough to go send that cue ball all the way back up table. So once he can just hold that 2-ball on the bottom, decides to play it a different way. A nice job, but it's going to be a little tough. Draw for that one side rail. Come back across table, get on that 3. Watch that speed a little bit. Just a little bit too far. Really great attempt at it. A little strong on that one. Hangs a 3-ball up in the corner. Table is now pretty open. 6 is not in the way of that 3. It's a if he can get down on the other side of that 4-ball, I don't believe he'd want to play that, try to play the combo or anything like that to mess around with the 10. Wants that to come a little bit further. Comes up a little bit short on that one, but now there's the opportunity to look at the combo. We're just talking about not playing, and like he is going to call it. And ball down, great shot on that one. Just for good measure, let's go ahead and make the 5-ball too, or 4-ball. 10-7. AC up by 3. You see with that delayed reaction forward that comes on it, but this time at least it's nice enough to him to get back up to about half table, staying all the way in the back. So he hasn't left an easy shot. Thing is, if he does make this 1-ball, that 2-ball should be able to come back down table, give him a 3-ball in the side pocket. Bobbles its way in, come down quite as far as he'd like it to. Go ahead and play a defense on that one, sticks it back very nicely. so that he's playing in a way that's it's making it a little bit more difficult for Jose to get his stroke back when he comes up and hitting from the ball every time. Free ball will test either in the side or all the way up in the corner if he'd like to go that way. Side pocket might give him a shot still on the 4 ball. It has done. And play this one forward, see if he can't get it back out enough. 5. Could also draw it back, and it looks like he's queuing a little bit lower now. Draw back for the 5 in the bottom corner. Let's go ahead and bank that one. That's probably a good call. That's going to be a tough one to try to get back on the 6 if he decided to try to cut that. This one's probably got dual option written all over it and works out to his favor. Looking to try to kick this one in. Anything that can get him a few shots on the table. Does make the hit. Things just can't seem to go right lately, and cue ball finds its way in the corner pocket. You see taking a look down table, see how what kind of distance he needs to get onto that 6 ball. It's pretty open from that side though. Go ahead and chase this one forward, and that one come back out in the middle of the table. Comes up a little bit high on that one. Not left himself a great shot. 8 ball. See that cue ball separate from the 8 and can't get it behind the 9 ball. And that cue ball back up table. If he got enough, and if we look at it from here, definitely behind that 9 ball. Finds enough of it that was fakeable, but a tough shot on that one when you can't see the ball or just trimmed the edge of it. Actually, a little more of it than he needs to. Not get the draw on the shot that he wanted on that one either. Got a little bit of a lift on it. Wipes his feet on the way in, but goes in anyway. One ball away from when past his halfway point. Narrow and 11-7. Like he's just trying to make something now, and not to blame him for that. Exactly been going his way. And point, some kind of good luck's got to come out. They're getting a little bit close to his work over there for the two ball. Looking at that three ball combo and that seven. A different direction. Almost makes the two, but does get the two ball hidden behind that eight ball. Basically calling that one rail kick. Doesn't make a successful hit, but scratches on the other side of the ball. So Zay gets a little table time now. Doing a nice job of working around 7 and 8. Trey would have liked to have bumped that a little bit. Fortunately, not pocket that 6 ball. Great shot and great control by Casey on that one. Casey once again making easy work out of this one. As he goes ahead and concedes that one over to him. Brings Casey up 12 to 7. See some of these matches over here in this comments starting up, and kind of wondering if that Alex Hirschman and Mark Waltham, is that going to be a pay-per-view, or are us little people allowed to watch that one? You have to let me know so I know where to buy my tickets at. When it comes to playing against Casey, it doesn't look like he has a whole lot of fear going on, so he's given Jose a handful today, that's for sure. Bobbles the pocket a little bit on that one, and from where that cue ball's sitting, didn't have a whole lot of a look at that 4 ball, but I bet Jose will. And Jose quickly calling that 10 ball. After this kind of period of time, all Jose wants is just to get back to that headstring of the table so he can break again. Works out a little bit hard, and that cue ball is going to be right where that 10 ball needs to be. And he's going to have to place that one behind it just a hair. And once again, Casey up to bat, a little bit blocked on this one, so he's going for his pitching wedge over here. Then he can hit the ball. Let's see if that one being a little bit on the straighter side, it's a touch of a reach there, but see if with it being a little bit straighter, if he goes ahead and pockets this one, that 5 ball sitting there waiting. If he does, sends it a little bit to the left side, leaving Jose with a shot at the 4. Jose finding that straight stroke again. Yeah, that stroke's starting to come out a little bit now. If he just backs this one up a little bit and a little to the side, sends that one too far. He was concentrating so much on the 8 ball that 7 became a problem. No problem here for Casey as Casey sets himself up in a straight shot. Can just stop it where it is and not be any problems for him. Let's see if he backs. It looks like he's going to back that one up with a 10 ball as opposed to going across the other side of it, so it must be pretty straight. Yep, it does go on the other side of it. Gives himself a very makeable 10 ball. I mean, Casey continuing in that fashion of taking all the chances he gets. Mr. Brian Taman, how's it going tonight? And according to your last comment over here, if he backs you, then I might have to talk to him about a game against me and him myself. Right break for Casey on that one, and unlike almost every break that he's had before, these definitely did not split apart, so there's a little bit more challenges here. 2 and 4 stayed down there, so might be a little bit of exchanges here closer to the beginning. Looks like he does have a cut on that 2. 3 balls sitting up in the jaws of the pocket, so he might have taken care in one shot all the problems left on this table. Not want that to roll any further, is that 7 ball's getting closer and closer, but still open. Ryan, that 10 ball, it's a little lucky. That 6 ball goes in. That 10 ball stays right in the way of that 7. Now with the way that they were playing last night, this would have been Casey's choice since the ball on the table did go into a pocket even though it wasn't called. But in the way they're playing tonight, you have to call your pocket. Has to play a defense on this one. Sticks it behind the 10 ball. It's shot by Jose, and looks like his abilities are starting to come back to him. And Brian normally, it depends on which rules, and there's a few different ones to go by, so it's just got to be decided beforehand. And on this one, they do not have to, so it's a call. They are doing call shot and call safe, and call shot meaning that you have to pocket the ball that you intended. If another one goes in, it is still the opponent's. It's not his option; it's his shot. Although we've seen a lot of different variations whenever it comes to called shot over here, we've seen it with like you were talking about, that if any ball goes in, then it's option. We've seen it where it had to be the lowest ball on the table had to have gone in that was not called in the correct pocket, and it's option. And that you had to call your shot, and if it missed, it was not an option. I want to say that it was Azalea getting a little happy over there, and I understand why, as he moves that one to 13-8. Talking about the last shot over here real quick, and whenever we were talking, one of the questions that came up was how many different variations of 9 ball and 10 ball, 8 ball, basically every one of the billiards games that we're used to here in the U.S. How it can vary so much, and it was kind of one of his personal beliefs that's why whenever you go overseas and you're playing different games over there, that like snooker, for example, that the rules just don't seem to vary. Here's the rules, play by them, and move on. So everybody knows whenever they come to the table exactly what it is they're going to be playing. There's really not a discussion about it, and it's hard to deny that that's the case. And Oh, what a nice break too. And it's no luck on that one as the table opens up very well. That cue ball does find a pocket over here. I'm sure most anybody that's watching at some point in time has been in a bar where you have to call your shot, including rubbing a rail on the way in or hitting the side of a pocket on the way in, and rubbing the edge of a ball, like in not necessarily an intended carom, just sneaking through the edge of a ball, and some of those kind of things that happens usually in bars more so than we see it in pool halls. And those are the kind of games that a lot of people are happy to play. I'm not one of those people. Needs that 10 ball to get out the way, and it looks like it may have just barely snuck out enough. He might end up having to shoot for the side pocket. I think he might be queuing all the way up. Plenty of room, plenty of room. He's got better eyes than I do. Lisa Grove once again taking care of business. See if he goes forward or backward on this one. Like he's going backwards on it, and good shot. No problems at all. $14-8. 2/3 of the way there. And throw up our little reminder of our friends over on the other side of Tampa over here. If you happen to be in the area, want to go visit the beach and sometime decide that you want to play some pool, head over there to Bank Shots Full Liquor Bar, and they've got a great setup over there. So make sure you go and check them out. And once again, I want to tell them that we said hello. Casey moving that ball over just a little bit. Ball gets away a little bit, but bounces around enough until it comes back up table, leaves him a shot on the 1 ball. Pockets the ball in the process. 2 ball, not sitting too far away. He goes ahead and plays this one and gets that cue ball back down here around the middle of the table. Nice little angle to go 1 rail, come back out for that 3 ball. Bobbles the pocket a little bit, leaves Jose with an opportunity to come back with a make-hole shot. Just getting ready to say, Jose slowing that stroke down a little bit and getting the job done. Decides to fire that one a little bit harder, drags it over just a little bit too far. Finds its way to that side pocket. Casey gets ball in hand, and sure he appreciates the opportunity once again here as these balls are pretty open. All the work's been done. Leaves himself a nice little angle for one rail, which should send that cue ball back out for that 10 ball. Little last pocket action going on. (15-8). Casey just being ruthless as he storms through these racks. I'll also give that reminder about another one of our locally owned and operated plastic barrier outfitters. Make sure you check out their Facebook page and look at some of the new billiard apparel that they're coming up with, and nice looking clothes over there. And not only do they help us out, got a tournament coming on this not this coming weekend, but the following weekend to help out the youths. Obviously, helping to promote the billiard industry in general. So make sure you show them some love. You see lining up around the same spot that he had on the last one. Still catching a little bit of top on that ball, but pocketing balls nonetheless. And this one, the 3 ball goes up table, and clear shot for a hit, but a tough ball to make. It is unless he's a one pocket player. And Mr. Jeremy Bell had to step in. He must have checked out the score up there, and I was actually just talking about you a few minutes ago, and this time not in a bad way. Even a long distance shot for Jose. Jose's got to be a little careful because that one can. Okay, just decide to play the side of it and stick that one back a little bit. That's an easy one to run in behind it when you're shooting off the rail like that. Casey coming back to a very similar shot to what he just had. See if that practice from the last one made perfect, and sure did. Gets it right behind that 7 ball, so with that 9 ball there, even takes the jump out. Massey coming from down here. Ooh. Tell you what, that had gone up just a few more inches and he'd have got around that one. Good attempt by Jose on that shot. Once again, as you notice, another pretty open table. I wanted that to come back just a touch more, but it still shouldn't be a problem. It's just going to float forward just a hair. Unless he decides to stroke it and come back up. Alright, leaves himself the correct angle for just a natural leave to go back over. Might even throw a touch of right on this one. Get on the other side of the table, but it's going to head that direction regardless. 7 ball is the next one up, which is on the left side of the table. And then 8 ball is just sitting there waiting for wherever he wants to leave it. Let's see if he draws this one straight back. Might even go ahead and draw it. Ooh, decides to draw it down. That's taking a chance, but he's got a confident stroke, so no problem with that one. (16-8) is officially doubled a pretty high score. 5 games to go. He's still in complete control on this one. I'll make sure we throw up the tournament that's coming up this weekend back up here. Wayne Ball Memorial Tournament. Doors are going to open at 10. Auctions at 11. Tournament starts at 12. That's up at Mikey's place. It's over here in Plant City if you happen to be somewhere close to it. It's going to help out the Shooting for the Future, which is one of our new charities that's come up recently. Help out some youths and some of the getting them into playing, and some of the travel fund to go to some of the different tournaments, even some of the equipment. So really trying to help out that next generation of shooters that's out there. And because, well, let's face it, most of us are getting pretty old. Big break over there. Tune in over here, and looks like he does have a shot on that 1 ball. 2 balls over on our left-hand side of the screen, and I believe he's going to get on that one. That's that'll help him connect the dots between that 1, 2, 3, 4. There's really not a whole lot of trouble out here. Gets a little close to that corner pocket, but he makes the shot a touch longer. Really had a problem with long shots on a 9-foot table this whole match. Doesn't this time either. Here, sends that one a little bit far, makes it a little bit more difficult of a cut. I believe he wanted to get the bottom side of that 6 ball if he could have. Caught the object ball a little bit on the full side. What the hell, he's making everything anyway, so why not do that and get good shape on the 8 ball. And kind of force this one forward a little bit, and a little right English just to push it down a little bit better angle, and it's on the short side of the 10 ball. Pretty severe angle there. So I have to go ahead and take that razor thin cut. Outside English to help it just a smidge. Ooh, actually caught the rack a little bit on the way over there. So I don't know if that hurt or helped. He ends up in a good position for himself, not so much for Jose. Jose going back to what typically works pretty well for him. And if that defensive game catches the edge of that 10 ball, sends it all the way up. Thin cut. Actually, this is probably an easier cut than the one that Casey tried on the last one. So it's makeable, but he's gonna have to earn this one. Well, and earn it he will do. 17-8. What a beautiful cut that was. Let's take one more little look at that one. Yep, no problem there. Just another ball. Just another pocket. Go ahead and solve that problem, as Casey's done 17 times this match. And Adam Halsey, I was actually a little confused earlier whenever I believe Wayne saw his name with past tense, and we were either talking about our good friend Wayne Ball, or we were talking about Wayne Capri's stroke, but we knew which one you meant. Dry break, so Jose's going to come back up. Definitely in a past critical stage right now, so he's gonna need to put some work in here. As they line it up for the kick combo on that 10. No problem at all, just like it had eyes, and great job for Jose on that one. Moving up a little bit closer. 17-9. Long way to go. And Cam, they are playing for 1,000 in the middle on this one. Jose does pocket a ball, leaves that cue ball down towards the middle. That one ball going up table. That 3 ball gets in the way on this one. Probably see a push shot on this. He may try to trim the edge of it if he can get to it. And look up table here. He's actually going to go ahead and kick at this one. Does not go into the pocket that he wanted it to. It does make a successful hit, and has left that 3 ball a little difficult. KC to be able to get to. We'll take a look overhead at this and be surprised if he doesn't go back for the jump cue. Looks like he's heading that way now. Successful hit, fortunately for him, leaves an open shot for Jose. It looks like Jose's got an open hit on it, but not necessarily a shot. I was wrong about that. That's all Jose needs in order to be able to hide a ball. AC calling that side pocket over there. And why not? Kicks have been phenomenal. Not just this match, but even last time he was out here. I believe I've made a few comments back then, so just keeps making them. We'll see how he plays it, but we do see that 6'10 sitting down there. Also, just go ahead and play that 6 ball all the way up that top right corner. Have to go ahead and run it out the old-fashioned way. He takes this one just one rail. Just needs to send it up on that line between the 8 ball and the side pocket. Wants that 8 ball to go in this bottom right corner. That's to go to the other side. I don't know if he decided to or if it just decided it for him, but still got an angle to be able to get it back up table. That 9 ball is a long way away. That's gonna need to travel. Goes ahead and calls that long bank shot. They have left Jose an opportunity. That 9 ball will go in that side pocket if he makes it. Didn't have any problem getting a shot on that 10 ball. Easy game when it's done right. Jose making a little bit of a statement, coming back a couple of games there. 17-10. Just gonna take a real quick TV timeout and be right back in just a moment. All right, players are back, and this is kind of my fault. We were sitting out there talking to Jose a few minutes ago, and he's just a class act, and talking about how uh how good Casey's been playing. He's like, well, I might have got into a bad game, but I'm learning an awful lot, and sitting back watching how he strokes, what he does, learning a little bit more about the game, treating it exactly like it's supposed to, and not getting a bad attitude at all about it. And can always appreciate that. That's the kind of people that's just going to get better. Took care of the last couple of games, and we've seen some comebacks, even on this channel a few times. So no time for anybody to lay down. Casey's still got to finish this one out. A long road for Jose, but he's a good shot, and he's not going to get down on himself. So anybody can trip up. Yeah, potential 10 ball here, and I'm sure that Jose's going to take all of those opportunities that he can, and rightfully so on this one, because that's a nice one to just drift over there. And if it has, that's the one problem, is it's going to go into it a little bit on the flat side. Great shot from where he wasn't able to get quite as much drawn as he wanted to keep it from kind of going full into the face of it. AC not coming back with an easy table though. He's got a few feet to run back and forth from where the 1, 2, and 3 is. AC trying to follow that one out and give himself a little bit more angle. Ends up getting that Q and 2 with the 10 ball in the way. Just a moment ago, that 10 ball wasn't there, but lightning strikes once again to help Casey out, and once again to help him out just a little bit more, and slides past that 2 ball. They are playing 3 foul roll, and Jose is on 2. Miss Stephanie Mitchell jumping into the mix. Good to see your name come across here. Like Casey's going to go ahead and try to see if he can't lock up that 3 foul opportunity, send that 2 ball up table, try to hide behind that 7 ball. He got the 7, left it pretty close. That is not an easy jump at all. Decided to go ahead and kick at that one. Seems a little long, not catch it on the way back. BC gets one more game on the 3 foul, 18-10. Two ball down. Shot on the one. Three ball not too hard to get to. Another successful break by Casey, and other than that five ball over there, looks like that's about the only issue he's got to deal with. Himself a little bit of an angle to bump the three ball in, get back up. Probably play that 4-9 combo since he can just kind of tap it in. Does not get as lucky as he wanted to. Stays behind the 10 ball. That 5 ball may be Jose's to deal with. I hadn't called that 9 ball on this one. Breaking down that pitch and wedge. Could get a little lucky here if he makes that 9 ball. That cue ball could go up and bump that 5 into a better position. I don't think that's the way he planned it, but it did go in the intended pocket, but then gets hooked in the process. Might as well leave that club out. Great shot on that one. That club's working for him. Might just want to shoot the next one with it too. And now the fun of that 5 ball. Looking at that one for the last few shots, and that 8 ball didn't get any further off the rail. Puts a lot of distance on it, which is not going to make the leave that easy, because Jose is going to have to punch this one in and come back out. Probably going forward on this one. We'll go around a couple rails and just needs to leave a little bit of an angle without getting behind the 10. Looks like he may have got it, but we'll find out here in just a moment. He slid by that 10 awful close, so it doesn't look like it was quite as makeable without kind of throwing that one in. And it's Casey, an open shot at this bottom left corner. I have to go ahead and draw this one out. It should hit one rail and come back over. Now is that one a little extra distance? See if he stays back on that same side and just kind of draws it down that rail. It'll bump out a little bit. That really came out hard, so time for spot shot. See if he's been working on the one pocket game and ring game and a whole lot of different games where this becomes very important. It overcuts that one a little bit, plays it safe, hits that on the pro side, cue ball all the way up table. I say he's not going to have a whole lot of choice but to go for that cut. Taking a good look at that one just to make sure. Gives it a good whack, just catches both points, comes back out, and where is it going to land? Not a gimme for Casey. Overcuts that one a little bit. You're gonna leave Jose a shot? Gonna leave Jose a couple of shots. Could take that one on the side or all the way up. Looks like he's calling the side pocket over there. No problem at all. 18-11. A little bit of rolls going his way. He ball goes firing back in that top corner up there. Three ball's in a little bit of a tough place. Tries to hide that whenever. Doesn't get it quite as thin as he would like. So that cue ball didn't get behind that 9 over by the 2, and that 1 didn't get over by the 8 ball. So everything's pretty open for they coming back up. They just leaving a lot of distance on it. Would like to cue ball to got back there where we were just talking about, but didn't quite make it. Still leaves it all the way down table. Casey does have an opportunity to get that cue ball over by that 3 and 10 ball. Quite catch the 1 ball like he would have wanted to. Jose jacked up a little over the 3 ball. Gonna bank the 1, try to get all the way up table. Comes up a little bit short. Still not leaving Casey too easy of a shot here, so both of them getting a little fortunate on the rolls. This one's stuck back there pretty good. This is gonna be a tough hit. It's the 4 balls in the way on one side, and everything else is in the way on the other side. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and go a jump shot at this one, see if he can just go right through the middle. Just does miss it on the right hand side of that 1 ball. Casey gets ball in hand. Just does miss that 1 ball a little bit to the long side. Casey once again letting Jose know that he is on 2 fouls now. They go ahead and play a couple of these. Just kind of jammed up a little bit for that 3 ball. I'm gonna go ahead and call that 7. Hits that one up to make sure that 2 ball gets pushed out of the way. And now the table opens up. Nice smooth stroke there, and like the hard work's over. Stop showing that 6 will set him up very nicely. Leaves himself a nice angle on that 9 ball. Get that down towards the middle of the table for that 10. Must have got a little bit of crosswind blowing. So I have to stand back up, take a second look at it, and always a smart move when something just doesn't feel comfortable for you. Travels that one down. It's right on top of it, but that looks like it has lined itself up almost dead in that corner pocket. These two look like they are married on top of each other. Great shot. Take one more look at that one. He not only jacked up on it, made sure he shot away. Take the side of the pocket so he could throw towards it. All right, nicely done. 1911. You see moving that back over to the middle of the pile. Right up with the head string. While getting bumped all the way down the far end of the table. Right break. Jose comes back to the table. Has to put a big swing on that one, knowing that he wanted to get down a little closer to that 2 ball if he could. Up costing him that shot. Ends up coming up with a unintentional defense. They coming back out with that jump cue. This isn't too easy of a jump. 8-ball's very close, and he only has about 2/3 of the table there, so that one has to go up pretty quick and come down just as fast. He's only got about a foot of space that he can land in there. That's he's going to go ahead and play that one some English over by that side pocket. Makes the hit. This is the shot. Casey's back up the table. Three ball all the way up table, and that 4-ball looks like it has a pocket towards the pink one on the far side. Better. Ends up bumping that 4-ball. May play the bank on this one and go ahead and force it forward. A little wiggle room to try some out shots if he wants to. Kind of double kissing that one. Almost got lucky anyway, and kind of did. Leaves it right on what is my least favorite spot on the table for my next object ball to be, right by that point. And Brian Luke, that's a good question. When is Jeremy Bell playing again? I guess as soon as you give him a call and y'all can go ahead and set up a match. This Casey guy has not taken too long to make a name for himself. I don't know if he's always lived in this area. I believe he's lived here longer than I had, to be honest with you, and that's about 20 years. But he's reasonably well known down in this area. Before he came here the first time, I actually had personally not heard of him, but as soon as I said who was going to be playing that particular week, there was a whole lot of people that knew exactly who he was. As we can see, this guy don't lay down. He comes out to shoot, and if you beat his game, you beat his game. But he's not going to sit here and try to help out his next spot. Jose coming back up, but long way to get to that 5 ball up there. Maybe intentionally overcut that one just to try to get the 5 ball to stay up there and cue ball to get back there and hide behind something, and touches that 6 so it never finds the top rail over here, and that cue ball comes bouncing back up pretty fast. Creating some separation between the two. I'm sure he'd have liked that cue ball to be behind the 6, but still definitely left some distance down there. Jose doing a good job of putting a little bit of traffic in the way of that 5 ball up there. And a great shot if that one was called, but I don't believe it was the 6 that was supposed to go in on that one. A bit of a thin cut for Jose to come back to the table, but leaves it right by the edge of the pocket. I thought that one was going in. That was a really good try. Be off just a hair on the speed on that one, as it didn't come down quite as much as he'd like for it to have. One real quick from the back coming up. Oh, nope, proved me wrong again. Great job by Jose there, and like he's got to leave on the 8 ball. Great Dale Stanley would say, little pin shot. Brian Krieger, 14-1 matchup. Tuesdays are still relatively open, so you tell me when you want to get that one set up, and it shouldn't be a problem. I said since I slacked all the way through the holidays, we actually don't have too many matches set up right now, so we've got some openings. Casey Grove on the hill, 20-11. One more game to wrap this one up. Casey's sliding that back over just a little bit. About a half diamond. Cue ball still going forward a little. That 10 ball found its way right by that corner pocket again. Almost that one ball in the corner pocket. That's a makeable shot for him. I wanted that to bounce out a little bit. Now, considering where that 10 ball is sitting, I think that 9 might be in the way of the carom off the 2. I believe he may have called the 3 ball. Comes up with that well executed defense that I did not see. As good as he's been playing, but also getting a few rolls in his favor. All seems to be working out well for him. Jose making a good 2-row kick on that 2 ball. It does leave a little bit of it. Not an easy shot to make. And once again, not an easy shot to make. Last one wasn't either, so this might be a 10 ball call. Yep, did decide to go ahead and call the 3 ball, so he's going to hit a little ahead of it and see if he can't skim the top of that 3 ball and send it in. Gets another great roll out of it. It's another long shot down by the rail. Last time he sent it in the pocket with no problem, and the 3 ball was the problem. Now that 3 ball is down there, and again, not an easy shot, but a makeable shot. As they sitting around the 50-yard line. Could be side pocket, could be either bottom corner pocket. Yeah, things are still not super open down here. That 5 ball can still be a problem if he doesn't get down a little past or a little on top of where that cue ball is now. Looks like he may have got down there if we look at that from the top. That is cuttable, but the problem is from there, getting back on that 6 ball, that 8 ball is going to want to be part of the problem. You see, checking out his options over here. Like he's going to go for that 9 ball. The 8 ball must be sticking out just a little bit further. No problem with that combo on the 9 though. Alright everyone, that concludes the show for today. Casey's little one over here gonna take a few shots, so I think he's gonna play Casey for that 1,000 after this one, but I'm gonna have to turn the stream off since it's a kid and gambling. You know how that goes. We will get everything updated as soon as the matches for this coming weekend are up. Then we'll get everything posted so you'll know what's going on for this coming weekend. Everybody, please stay safe, and hopefully we will see you next time.